Remember, I don't want to have to shoot you in the face.
Oh, that's so sweet.
What's going on, guys? I am Icy Rhythms. Welcome back to another video, and in this one, we're talking Last of Us 2 Remastered. I'm sure the biggest question that a lot of people have is this worth it? Is it worth, spending $50 if you've played the game? Is it worth spending $10 if you've played the game? Is it worth spending either one of those prices if you haven't played this game before? The answer to those questions lies in the question themselves. Because I'm looking at it like this. I'm approaching The Last of Us 2 Remastered from, have they done enough? This is not the upgrade that you received with The Last of Us 1 or The Last of Us Remake versus the PS4 Remaster or the PS3 version. This is something different entirely. For those who don't know, you can already play this game at 60 FPS in its current form on the PS5. You just load up your digital Last of Us 2 or pop in your Last of Us 2 disc. There is an update for the game if you haven't played it for a very long time. And you can play this game in its highest form for what the PS4 and the PS4 Pro were capable of at 60 FPS. And so what are we left with? What would make this version something that a new customer or a returning customer that has already played this game, what would make you want to play this? What would make you want to spend the money for The Last of Us 2 Remastered? We do have the no return mode, and for some people that may be enough. There are some lost levels, some lost content, or some cut content, if you will. You can go back and play this stuff. For obvious reasons, a lot of that stuff is not in its complete form. For me personally, the thing that I was most interested in, especially for the $10, is what is the uptick in visual quality as well as performance. Some of you may be wondering the same. Okay, but how does this look? Again, this is not The Last of Us 1 remake to the original PS3 version. There is no comparison with this. There's a fidelity mode where you get a native 4K at 30 FPS. There is a noticeable difference here, at least for someone like me that has, I think, around 100 hours in the original PS4 version. I can honestly say, yes, there is a difference, but you have to go looking for it and you have to know what it is that you're looking for. So in terms of image quality, yes, there is a difference, but it is not a big difference. It is far from a huge difference, and for some people, that's not going to be enough. So then we're left with the native 1440p mode that also includes 60 frames a second. For me personally, when playing the PS4 version on the PlayStation 5 at 60 frames a second, something always felt a little off. I'm not sure, but my eyes didn't like it. Something with the animations, especially when you're shooting enemies and they go to fall down and die. There was something off there with the 60 frames a second on the PS4 version playing on PS5, and that has been completely eliminated for the better with this version. There's just something about this version that they've done that just looks better, it plays a little bit better, it animates better, it's just better. For those that haven't seen it, in some of the preview content, there are some new skins for both Abby and Ellie, and some of them are really cool, and some of them it's like, I guess that's okay, but I got Abby out here looking like a snack. This particular outfit that you're seeing in the video, to me, is one of the better ones, and she should have had it from the very beginning. And you know what? I'm gonna say it, I probably shouldn't say it, but Ellie should also have access to this particular outfit or something like it. So with all that being said, is this worth it? Like, that's why we're here. Is this worth it? I would say this is for fans only. That's just my personal opinion. I'm not saying, especially if you're considering, spending the $50 and getting the digital version or going out and buying the physical version. I would say it's for fans only. For those that have never played The Last of Us 2 or maybe any Last of Us game, go ahead, spend the $50. Or if you've somehow managed to get your hands on a cheap copy with the digital version for PS4 or the physical copy on PS4, go ahead and spend the $10. I can recommend this easily for big fans of the game. It becomes a little bit more challenging if you've never played it or you really didn't like The Last of Us or hated The Last of Us 2. But if you're a really big fan and you just never got around to playing The Last of Us 2 on PS4 because you were hoping for a version like this, yes, spend the $50. You get a slightly more crisp, cleaner image quality, you get much better performance, and in my opinion, the animations seem a little bit more smooth. So yeah, in some ways I do recommend The Last of Us 2 Remastered. Give it a go. I'm sure some of you will be glad that you did. Thank you guys for watching. I do appreciate it. Take care. Have a good one. Peace.